Bonjour à tous, bienvenue sur larenamma. Aujourd'hui, on interview Scott Rodrigues qui va se battre le 4 août à Sherbrooke contre Edwin Martinez à 125 livres. Gros shout-out à MetaFight ainsi qu'à TimeOut Tribe qui sont nos partenaires. Et un petit message pour vous demander de vous abonner à la chaîne, ça nous aide énormément. Comment ça va, Scott, depuis ton dernier combat?
It's going well, training hard.
Est-ce que tu as tiré des leçons de ce premier combat professionnel?
Yeah, mostly from the preparation, not so much from the fight. The fight was very short, kind of went according to plan. But I've definitely learned a lot in how to prepare, the dieting, the weight management, the training for the fight.
Le cutting weight était difficile?
The first time around was definitely a little bit harder. We learned a lot of tough lessons, but you know, we made it work, and I still won the fight. And now this one, it's going a lot smoother. I'm able to bank off the experience I had on that last one to, you know, get ahead of myself this one basically.
Là, tu vas te battre contre Edwin Martinez qui s'était donc battu le même jour que toi.
Ouais.
Lors de ton premier combat, il s'était battu contre Tommy Morrison. Qu'est-ce que tu penses de Edwin Martinez qui a l'air d'être un combattant complet?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. He doesn't like losing, that's for sure, but I think all the Mexicans are kind of like that. They definitely don't want to come and lose. They try to win every exchange, every scramble. But it's fun, you know. I think it's going to be a fun fight. He's not going to give up as easy as the last guy. So it should give me a chance to actually experiment and actually try different things and level up my game, or at least show people the levels to my game that I haven't been able to show before.
Tu as déjà, j'imagine, un game plan qui est prêt pour Edwin Martinez de ce que tu as pu voir à ses derniers combats?
Yeah, it doesn't really change much. I do me, you know, whether it's this guy or the other guy. It's I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, I know where I want to bring the fight, and you know, no matter who's in front of me, it doesn't really change that much.
C'est quoi, selon toi, ta plus grande force?
My biggest force, I find that what I'm best at is just bringing people to their weakness and whatever openings they're giving me. So, you know, in the past, the people that I fight aren't as good at grappling, they aren't as good at footwork, and the takedown's always available. I don't find I'm the best wrestler in the game. I don't find I'm the best grappler in the game, but I win my fights that way because so far the people that I fought, they give me those openings and I take them. I find I'm the best at finding the openings, reading the openings, and capitalizing on them, which is hard to hang with for a lot of guys.
Mais si ça reste debout, tu es prêt à échanger debout?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I have a lot more kickboxing experience than I do grappling. I think I've been coined the grappler a lot just because that's how I finished my last like 4 or 5 amateur fights and my first pro fight, but I'm probably more confident in my stand-up than my grappling, you know, if I'm fighting a high-level kickboxer versus a brown black belt jiu-jitsu.
Parfait. Qui sont tes principaux partenaires d'entraînement ici à JKS?
Well, obviously I have my 2 coaches, Brian Sim, James Manette. You know, they're in the corners in the ring. My main training partners are on the amateur scene, so Riyad Hilali, my brother, Scott Rodrigues, he's my twin brother, so it makes for a good partner. Samir Dahame, Amer Saleh, they're all the amateur fighters. You see them at MFL a lot, at FightQuest a lot. You know, I think in our last like 10 fights, they've probably won their last 8 or 7, something like that. So they're doing really well on that scene.
Est-ce que tu t'entraînes ailleurs ou est-ce que tu fais venir aussi des gens d'autres clubs pour s'entraîner avec toi ou pas?
I really just train here. I mean, I find our system, our approach to the game is we look at it from a different perspective or at a different level when it comes to how we look at the game. I get rounds with other people from other gyms, whether they come here or I go there, but not often. I have a few people that I know and that I'll train with, but it's not like I won't go often. The only thing that I will do is I'll wrestle at Montreal Wrestling Club. So I'll go there once a week. But other than that, for MMA, I really just stick here.
Est-ce que tu penses pas que tu devrais peut-être t'entraîner plus avec des professionnels? Et parce que là, tu as beaucoup de très bons partenaires d'entraînement, mais comme tu l'as dit, ils combattent en amateur.
Yeah.
Est-ce que tu penses pas que tu manques de partenaires qui sont comme toi, professionnels?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I would have a lot more pride in bringing my game to the highest level possible, knowing that I brought up a team with me. And, you know, trusting in my team, in my coaches, in my training partners, and building them with myself, that gives me a lot more fulfillment than going and getting rounds with another guy. At the end of the day, I don't need different bodies to practice different things. I can put myself in positions, whether it's with Shark Tank, whether it's with, I know one guy, maybe he's not the best striker, but he's a damn good wrestler. I'm going to fight in this position with him. I can put myself in those deep waters in training as much as I want. And I know that I'm going to have a lot more pride and gratitude if I bring my team up versus, being the guy who, I've been with my team for a few years. I want to go pro. Let me go to the next gym. Let me go to the next gym. And always, those people look externally. I look internally. At the end of the day, it's on me. I'm here to win. If I lose, it's not my gym's fault. It's not my training partner's fault. It's just me. So I don't need to look to other gyms to find that. I'm more than confident and capable in my school and with my coaches.
Parfait. Pourquoi on ne t'a pas vu au dernier samouraï?
It was just a little soon. I think that was the only reason. It was soon, and I was doing. I had my wisdom teeth surgery, so I lost like 2 weeks of training.
Quelle
Wisdom teeth. My.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to do all 4. So I lost like 2 weeks. Well, I was expecting to lose like the doctor told me like 3 to 4 weeks before I could get punched. I ended up coming back and training after a few days, but I didn't accept the fight because.
Je comprends.
Yeah.
T'es coach aussi beaucoup, on te voit corner, tu corners tout le monde à JKS?
Me?
Ouais.
I jump in for the amateur fights. Yeah,
Ouais, pour
I
amateur.
corner. I don't coach as much here. Like I don't
Okay.
coach as many classes. I maybe coach like 1 class a week, 2 classes a week at most. But I show up to the fights. I show up to the amateur fights. I try to put myself in the corner. I try to show up as a leader in the school as much as I can, as much as possible. So yeah, 100%.
C'est quoi ton objectif dans le MMA professionnel?
To see how far I can go. I think for me it's less about stacking up wins and more just about becoming the best version and fighter of myself I can possibly be. That's the kind of stuff that excites me is getting better, getting sharper, adding more tools, just finding better openings against guys, hanging with higher level guys, building the guys around me. And then, if that takes me to the next level in fighting and I keep winning, that's the cherry on top. I'm happy with that. I like that. I like competing. But my real goal beneath the competing is just challenging myself as a man, getting better, getting stronger, and seeing the fruits of my labor pay off.
T'es passionné de combat?
Well, that's exactly it. Yeah, I don't do it for the money. I'm a pro Quebec. Fighting is not paying crazy bucks. Everyone knows that. So I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the eventual money of being in the UFC and making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't do it for that at all. For me, it's really about just constantly testing myself, adding tools to the tool belt, whether it's mentally, physically, combat-wise, fighting-wise, and then seeing how they unfold against the best of the best, whoever I can get matched up against.
C'est qui tes exemples dans le MMA?
As of right now, I find I don't follow it as much. I don't really have time and I don't really watch. I'll watch the fights and I'll study tape, but I don't follow the fighters. So I have less role models now, I find, in the game. Coming up, obviously, was George St. Pierre when I was younger. He was probably what inspired me. And when I started training was Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald. Those 2 guys were my absolute favorite back in the day. So if I think of role models, is those guys because they all have, the science, the heart, all that stuff. I think right now it's probably the more intelligent fighters are the ones I look up to more. Adesanya, even though he's kind of annoying to listen to, but the intelligent fighters I find are the ones that I get behind a bit more because it's not just about, am I more man than you are? It's more about, can I outsmart you? Can I play the game smarter than you? Can I make you miss? Can I bring you into the deep end? And that's the kind of shit that I like to do. So I find I get behind those fighters a lot more. Adesanya, Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman, those guys that bring the game to a science and mathematical a lot.
Volkanovski est très aussi
Volkanovski
très
well,
intelligent.
100%, yeah.
Quelle suite en cas de victoire tu tomberais à 2-0? Qu'est-ce qui se passera par la suite?
I'll keep fighting. There's no, I don't look too far ahead. I'll take the next fight I can get, whether it's with Samurai, wherever. keep winning, keep fighting. Eventually, I'll beat all the guys at my level, move up, beat those guys, and I would like to compete more in jiu-jitsu.
Ok.
I would like to level up my belts in jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Go for the brown belt, go for the
T'es
black
quel
belt.
belt là?
Right now, I'm purple belt.
Ok.
I've been purple belt for probably like 4 years, maybe
Ok.
3-4 years. But I would like to start winning at the highest level of jiu-jitsu
Okay.
as well.
Gi? Avec
And,
Guy?
No gi, no gi.
No gi, ok.
Yeah.
Parfait. Est-ce que tu as quelque chose à dire en particulier?
No, I mean, thank you guys for the interview. Thank you. I hope everyone enjoys the fight and enjoys the show. There's a lot of really good fights. I know a lot of the guys that are fighting on that card. Chapitr's amazing, Morrison's amazing. Those guys are all fighting. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Ça va être une très belle carte et on se donne rendez-vous, Scott Rodrigues, le 4 août à Sherbrooke. Merci à toi.
Thank you. Thank you very much.